What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max Torres with Scoop Duck. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button. In today's video, I want to talk about the newest commit to join the Oregon class of 2021, now ranked the number 4 class in the country. I'm talking about Utah safety Jeffrey Bassa from Kearns High School in Salt Lake City. Bassa comes in as the number 51 safety in the country and the number 7 prospect in all of Utah. Those numbers might not sound super impressive, but don't let that fool you. He's a huge get for the Ducks as he's a much larger defensive back at 6'3", 200 pounds. Some of the things that stand out from his game right away are his speed. He's really fast for a guy his size, and he contributes in the return game as well, kind of gets moved around, and we've seen in the past that Oregon likes to go after these longer, rangier defensive backs, and Bassa certainly fits the bill. A lot of people think that Bassa might be the missing piece in this Oregon class of 2021. The Ducks were able to get Daymon David out of the Baltimore area not too long ago, but they were still looking for another safety. So they were after Bassa for a long time. Some of the other schools that we saw involved were Utah, his home state, and Oklahoma State as well. So I wanted to sit down with Jeff in a Zoom interview, kind of learn about what went into his decision-making process, what it's been like for him to get close to some of these other commits, and a lot of great stuff. So I want to hop into that, but before I get to that, just a little quick disclaimer on the Zoom. I had some kind of a technical issue, and for whatever reason, you can only see Jeff in the Zoom, not me. But you can still hear me, and it was a great conversation that I had with him, so I wanted to get that up on the channel and share that with you guys, because I know you always want to hear about the Ducks and kind of what's going on with the recruits and everything Oregon. So bear with me there. Sorry about that. I'll hope to get that fixed in the next video. But with that being said, let's hop into the interview and I'll see you guys after. All right, I want to welcome in today's guest on the Scoop Duck YouTube channel, Oregon commit Jeffrey Bassa, coming at us from Salt Lake City, Utah. Jeff, how's it going, man?
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Everything's all good. It's been going good. So,
right on, man. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me today. Definitely want to talk about Oregon, kind of see what's going on with you. Big update since the last time I spoke with you. You made your college commitment. You committed to the University of Oregon. Want to start there? Tell me why was it the Ducks?
I feel like that was just home for me. I had a home feeling there with not even visiting. I just feel like I had a strong relationship with all the coaches, and then they had a good plan set out for me coming in as a freshman, and then just where that program is going to be in 3 to 4 years as well. So,
all right, yeah, relationships are continually a big part. Kind of walk me through it. What was it like, getting that offer, building the relationships with the staff, and maybe some of the coaches you feel closest with?
Yeah, all right. So Oregon was pretty much a dream school to me. Their offer came really out of nowhere. I was talking to them for a little bit, but I didn't expect that offer. One day I just got on the phone with Coach Crystal, and he extended out an offer to me. So, it was really a blessing to receive that offer. But just the relationship that I have with the coaches, ever since the day that they offered me, they've been showing like continuous love, and ever since the day I committed, it's been the same. So the love never stops with them.
All right, yeah, the continual support from them, always reaching out to you. That kind of leads into my next question here. I mean, you talked about not being able to make it here to Eugene, obviously due to the shutdown. So kind of a totally different scene here with recruitment. What was that like for you? Having that virtual recruitment, Zoom meetings all the time, coaches blowing up your phone. That has to be kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. Sometimes I kind of got used to it, but sometimes it was a little overwhelming from like some coaches that the colleges that I really wasn't going to go to, that I didn't plan on going to. So, it's just the hard part about it was just building those relationships with all those coaches. And then, at the end of the day where I started cutting down my top 6 to my top 6 and my top 3, just cutting off those relationships that I had with the coaches. But, all the Zoom meetings was good. You just ask as many questions as you want and what you want answered and what you want to see. So it was basically like you was there, but just all virtual. So yeah.
All right, all virtual, Zoom galore in 2020. One thing I'm curious about is, you're making this decision and a huge decision, probably, one of the biggest decisions that you've made to date. You're not making it alone though. You got your family, you got your coaches to kind of lean on. What was their involvement? How'd you kind of, lean on them in this process?
So for my family, I just leaned on them because I knew they would have my back no matter what college I decided. And then with my coaches and my mentors, they just want to give me advice, just the certain questions to ask and, stuff that I need answered. And then just because they've been in college, some of my coaches and mentors have actually played college football. So they know like what kind of goes on in the college football situation and programs. So it was just getting the certain questions asked. That's pretty much it.
Sounds like you had a strong support group to help you make that decision. You talked about how part of the reason you went to Oregon or chose Oregon, I should say, is because of the kind of the plan that they laid out for you, right, over the next 3 to 4 years. You're a 6'3" defensive back, definitely on the taller side, I would say. Kind of what was Oregon's pitch to you, and how do they see you fitting in the scheme?
Well, so with Coach Avilo's defensive scheme, I really like the way he runs the defense. And then with Coach Hayward just being a mentor and a coach as well, I love the way he coaches. That's my guy for sure. And then with me being versatile, playing for my high school, I feel like my versatility will be able to put me on, certain safety positions on the field. So.
All right, yeah, have you moving around a lot? I know that you return kicks as well for Kearns, so kind of have you wearing a couple different hats, which is I'm sure great for Andy Avalo since he likes to do that with his defensive players. Yeah, so you're part of this group now, this record chasing 2021 class. I think that people kind of viewed you as one of the missing pieces, right? We didn't have another safety in this class other than Daymon David. Tell me what it's been like to develop a relationship with them. Were they kind of reaching out to you before you made your decision? Were they recruiting you? What's it like to kind of be a part of the group now?
Yeah, it's a blessing to just be with those guys. They was recruiting me hard before. I think it was when I dropped my top three. Yeah, before I dropped my top three, they was recruiting me heavy. Like every single one of them was, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram. And then, I talked to Keith a lot. So the thing with them is they kind of took me in as one of their own automatically because, right when I committed, they was like, welcome, bro, all this, and then, I just, because we talk in the group chat every day. So, it's just a relationship that I have with those guys, and sometimes we don't even talk about football. It's just like daily things in life. And so, they just kind of took me in as one of their own. I've been committed for a minute. So
that's awesome, man. I'm glad you have that relationship with them already, even when you haven't been able to meet many of them, which is really cool that we have the tech to kind of make that possible. Yeah, you talked about how players, were hitting you up. They were in your DMs and everything on Twitter. What's it kind of like, having a peer reach out, another guy that's kind of in your shoes, has been through it, and maybe compare that with a coach, saying, hey, we want you to come here and I can, promise you X, Y, Z.
Yeah. So with the recruiting process, coaches are going to tell you what you want to hear. They're not going to tell you bad things. But if coming from the commits and like the players that are already there, because I talked to some of the players that were already over there on campus right now, they're going to tell you what's real and from real or fake, what's the good things and the bad things. And then, like I said, the coaches are going to tell you everything you want to hear is just reaching out to the players and then the commits that have been there, have been committed for a minute. So.
All right. Yeah. I'm sure they give it to you straight up since they're, in your shoes, and coaches obviously have something to lose if they, maybe can't stack up to another school. So I see what you mean there. We were talking earlier about how, we've had a great weekend, lots of football action. And, I was there yesterday. We saw the Ducks kick off the season. I saw you tweeted about them tuning in. What were some of your reactions to what you saw? What'd you like, and what do you think about this year's team?
This year's team is going to be special for sure. Just coming off the first game against Stanford last night, I feel like we're always going to get better, especially under Coach Cristobal. That's his number one thing, is always getting better. So, with the performance that they had last night, especially on defense, holding them to 7 points until their late touchdown. I think it was late third quarter or like fourth quarter. I can't remember, but with the offense putting up as many points as them on, as much as points on them, with the defense playing outstanding as well, and just going to continue to get better. I feel like we're going to be special this year for sure.
Right on. Yeah, it was cool to see them. Lots of new faces on the defense, and particularly in the secondary, since we saw Javon head into the league. So it's cool to see how the team's gonna adjust and kind of make their own identity. Let's see, what else do we have here. So yeah, now that you're committed, we've seen the early signing day become a really big part of the college football landscape, right? And a lot of people want to get on campus as soon as possible, since some states aren't even allowing people to play right now. I know Utah's a little bit of a different situation, but just want to know what's next for you with football. Are you going to be enrolling early? When can we expect you here in Eugene?
Yeah, so I'll be on campus January 2nd, be an early enrollee as well. So.
All right, cool. We'll be seeing you early. And just kind of going off that, what's it like for you, making that decision to end your high school career early or leave early? Because I want to say you play another sport or do another sport, but you're saying, hey, I think that Oregon needs me now. I want to get that leg up, if you will. What kind of goes into that decision process?
Yeah, so my whole high school career, I've always, like, after the basketball season or after the football season, I've always played basketball and then ran track as well. But this year, I feel like since I'm already committed before basketball season, I feel like I can just go in and get a head start. That's what I was planning to do my whole senior year. That's what I was thinking my junior year and my sophomore year, is that I'm going to early enroll so I can get a head start on the playbooks, workouts, and, just start developing those relationships with the coaches more, and just getting into the, college football life, because the transition from high school to football, high school to college, is very different. So, something I want to get used to early on and just get a head start of those guys coming in the summer. So.
All right, yeah, you gotta get your leg up when you can, and get in the playbook and try to make that transition a bit easier. I see where you're coming from there. You said you had this plan pretty much throughout high school. You're playing out your senior year now. Let's talk about the season a little bit. What's it been like for you to kind of come back after months of shut down and not being able to do anything, and how do you think the season's going for you?
So before our season got canceled, I feel like we played really good this year, because with the amount of guys that we had graduate last year, a lot of seniors, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like the young guys stepped up this year to play their role, and I feel like we played great defensively and offensively. We had a couple returning starters on the offensive side, but I feel like we played pretty good this year, despite losing that game. I think it was week 7. I can't remember, but yeah. And then despite with us getting shut down early in the playoffs.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I that's news to me. I didn't know that your guys' season got shut down like that. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, it's cool that you've gotten you got some reps either way. We got 6 or 7 games in, which is awesome. I know a lot of high school players tend to go both ways. Obviously, you're playing safety, and it looks like that's what Oregon's probably going to view you as. What do you play on the offensive side as well? What was that like for you?
Yeah, so I play on the offensive side as well. Play receiver. So I feel like with me having the hands-on ball, or with me having the ball in my hands, I feel like I can do great things, especially on third downs on that to go to receiver. And I was just wanted to play on both sides of the ball just to help my team out. And we were aiming for that championship, but we got cut short this year. So.
All right, yeah, wide receiver. It's definitely one of the more entertaining positions in football to watch. I hear a lot about the transition, not transition, I should say, but if a guy plays corner and receiver, and then the next level he plays cornerback. He kind of has a wide receiver mindset, right? He knows what goes into it. I'm curious, as a safety, do you feel like that kind of carries over as much, or how do you feel like playing wide receiver can help you at the safety position?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like that carries over a lot because you've already seen what they run on the offensive side of the ball, and then like for example, like during practice, I'll be on the offensive side of the ball for a little bit. We'll be going through the script, running a couple plays, and then I'll flip over to defense, and then I'll kind of like already know in certain formations what they're gonna run. It's just formation recognition. So
Formation recognition. Okay, yeah, just knowing kind of what to expect. It seems like kind of having a better feel. I think that'll definitely help you out. Just got a couple more for you here, Jeff. One question I kind of started asking recruits recently that gets me excited to kind of learn more about them as football players. So you're committed to Oregon now. You said it was that dream school, and it was crazy to get that offer. When did you realize that, hey, I think I could go to college for this? And what was that kind of thought process like?
oh wow. So my freshman year when I got my first offer from Utah State, it was after the season going into where it was winter weights going into my sophomore year. My coach pulled me into his office, and then I was on the phone with Utah State, and they extended out an offer to me. And then after that, I feel like that's where it really kicked into my mind where I can find a future in this, because coming into high school, I just played basketball truly. I didn't even run track or nothing like that. So I started playing football my freshman year, and then after getting that offer, I feel like it skyrocketed from there, and then I could make a true future in this. So I just been sticking to the script and trusting the process with football, with the grind, and just going on from there.
Wow, for starting to play football your freshman year and getting that offer, that's crazy, man. Good for you. That's super cool.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Appreciate it.
yeah, for sure. One thing that I know a lot of people are going to watch this video probably want me to ask. We see you post on Twitter. We see you make all these plays. All the hype around this class, but I kind of want to get to know you a little bit better. Who's Jeffrey Bassa? Off the football field. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So me off the field, first I like to get all my work done so I can just be free, have my free time. I like to go out a lot, just like on hikes and stuff, and I feel like Eugene is the perfect place for that, with all the trees being around and all the hikes and stuff like that. So yeah, I just like to go out, hang out with my friends and stuff like that. Just basic, nothing too crazy. Especially on the weekends, probably like go bowling or something like that. Just something to do. So
Okay, yeah. So kind of a social guy and enjoying the outdoors. I think you'll find that here in Eugene. Oddly enough, I was actually in Salt Lake for a connecting flight last week when I was coming back from visiting my girlfriend. So that's funny that now I'm talking to you in Salt Lake. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, hikes are great. It's a good way to kind of keep your mind right during all this craziness. And then once you get here to Eugene, do you have any kind of particular career interests or majors in mind? I know football doesn't last forever, so that's a big part of being a collegiate athlete, is kind of building yourself up to be successful in other aspects.
yeah, for sure. Right now, what I was thinking was business marketing, but me coming in my freshman year, I just have to see where that goes with that, and then maybe switch it up. But right now, what I'm thinking is business marketing, somewhere in that area.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, a lot of cool opportunities in that kind of area, and I know Oregon's got a pretty strong reputation for that field. Last question I want to end it here with, Jeff. There was so much talk for like the longest time, it feels like, about we got to get Bassa. He's the missing piece. You're committed to Oregon now. You got your sights set on Eugene. Do you have any kind of a message that you want to share with the Oregon fans that are so excited to see you put on a Duck uniform?
Yeah. Just know y'all getting a baller for me. This whole class, y'all getting a bunch of ballers. We gonna give our all to Eugene. We're gonna bring y'all a national championship for sure. And Duck Nation is where it's at. best fans in the nation. So
shout out to the fans. Yeah, they're super excited to see you here, man. Awesome conversation today. Can't thank you enough for your time. Always great getting to know more about you guys. Well, Jeff, thanks again, man. I hope you have a good football Sunday. Get to relax a little bit, and I'll catch you later.
yes, sir. You too, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, that'll do it for another video here on the Scoop Duck YouTube channel. Big thank you to Jeff for taking the time to talk to me. I'm really excited to see what his game brings to this Oregon defense. Looks like he will be getting here early in January, which is always a big advantage for any program trying to get an edge on their opponents, get guys in the system, get them developed as soon as possible. So really excited to see him here in the green and yellow. That's all I have for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.